Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you invested a lot of money this year? No? Yes? Yes? How much have you earned from those investments so far? A lot? Oh, none? Was it really hard to reach the goal? Because I've reached it a lot of times, so why can't you? What was your reaction after hearing those words? I bet you've been raising your brow since you've heard the arrogance of those questions, eh? Some people believe that starting from scratch is as easy as scratching your hand, or as easy as 1, 2, 3. But Charlie Munger, the right-hand man of Warren Buffett and Vice-Chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, disagrees and says that getting your first $100,000 is usually the hardest process. And he was not alone. Many businessmen who passed the hardest phase of earning testified to this and have shared their insights. You might be confused because you've done everything you can to earn, yet the breakthrough that you've been waiting for is still out of sight. The real question here is, why is it really difficult to reach the first 100,000? Welcome to our channel, where we promote that to be finance savvy, financial intellect is your buddy. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button. Also click the notification bell for you to be notified whenever we post new videos. You can like and share this video to your friends so we can be finance savvy together. As daily inspirational quotes would say it, first learn, then remove the L. Why exactly is earning your first $100,000 more difficult than earning the next $200,000 and more? Here are the reasons why it's difficult and the steps that we can take to make this process a lot easier and faster. We will also answer some questions that most of you are curious about. Let's get started. The first reason is savings. It's very clear that our savings increase as we grow older, so we are most likely to have zero balance while we are still young. We often have little annual income at the beginning of our professions, and while our costs are often as low as well at this age, it is difficult to build much of a surplus. As a result, contributing considerable amounts to our savings or investment accounts becomes a genuine challenge. Many people are stuck in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle in which they earn a salary and then spend nearly all of it on their different living expenses. In order to save your money faster, you either have to earn more income or reduce your expenses. From the two options, reducing your expenses is the easiest choice, so you can start by categorizing your monthly expenses from priority, which are the needs, and the less priority wants. If you choose to increase your income, you can use these tips. Number 1. Take the steps to be promoted at work. The more accountability you take on, the faster it is for you to get promoted. Number 2. Choose to do well at work to earn more bonuses and increase annual salary. Number 3. Start a side hustle in your spare time. To shorten the explanation, the more you cut your expenses as well as earn more, the faster you will be able to save $100,000. The second reason is lack of investment. Because we don't have enough savings, we also don't have investments. Now, if you want to earn hundreds of thousands, it's a requirement to actually start investing. The hardest step is always the first step. The same is true with investments. Starting may be the hardest to do, but it is also the most vital step to hitting your first $100,000. Remember that in order to accomplish a goal, we have to start and take the first steps. No mountain gets climbed without taking that first, then second, then third step. Starting requires belief, and if you believe that you'll receive it, it will be yours. The key here is to start. Put it all together, your business plan, how much you will need to save and invest, then get busy with it. Maya Angelou said, "Nothing works unless you do." Here's the best option for investing. You have to separate $1,000 and establish your strong investing habits. Many individuals have different goals and may take different types of risks. Investing $1,000 is a good investing starting point. Investing in the stock market through low-cost index funds can help you to reap the benefits of compounding and reach the $100,000 level much sooner than you would otherwise. With this in mind, it's a good idea to start investing with your first investable cash as soon as possible. Third reason is denying the changes. We don't like change. We don't want to embrace change. But if we don't accept it, we will always be stuck with what we always have. If we keep doing things that we've always done, we will only have what we always had. If we don't try to change our ways, then we'd stay the same forever. If we are broke, then we are going to be broke forever. What would you prefer? The comfort of the familiar or the first $100,000? Our hearts and minds should coincide with wanting to have $100,000. You have to want it so bad that you are willing to take the risks. Being familiar makes us comfortable, but this is more likely what's holding you back. No matter how we deny, change is the only constant in life. We have to embrace it. Instead of spending 100% of your income, you'll have to start investing and saving 50% or more. The change will be so significant that you'll start to love spending money on investing rather than spending money on consumer goods. Why does it become easier to save and invest more money over time? Should I invest more as my salary increases over time? How long does it take most people to reach $100,000 in savings? How long will it take to go from $100,000 to $1 million net worth? You may have these different questions right now, but don't worry, we will be answering that later. Now, why does it become easier to save and invest more money over time? Most people are able to earn money as they age. The impact of the snowball effect should never be underestimated. The more money you have invested, the greater the value of the returns. Dividends operate on a similar concept. If you receive a 50% per share dividend, the number of shares you own will clearly affect your dividend distribution. The dividend can then be reinvested in other shares, continuing the snowball effect. Should I invest more as my salary increases over time? Yes, you should. When it comes to investing success, a few aspects are critical. 1. How early you start investing. 2. What you invest in. 3. Overcoming the impulse to sell during lows, and so on. The value of the contributions you can make to your investment account, on the other hand, may make the most difference. You may only be able to contribute a small amount each month while you are young, but when your salary rises over time, you can contribute more to your investing account and resist the temptation to increase your annual expenses. Next question. How long does it take most people to reach $100,000 in savings? Saving big amounts of money can have very different impacts depending on where you live. Someone with $50,000 in savings living somewhere with a lower cost of living, such as parts of Eastern Europe or South America, is in a better position than someone with $100,000 in savings but lives in New York or London. Reaching $100,000 in savings depends on your ability to earn a good income and maintain a moderate level of expenses. This is probably your most asked question. How long will it take to go from $100,000 to $1 million net worth? Great things take time. If you assume 10% returns and no additional contributions, you can move from $100,000 in invested assets to $1 million in about 25 years. This can be brought down to roughly 17 years with an annual contribution of $10,000. People who pursue financial independence should gather confidence between the time gap of $100,000 and $1 million invested assets. It is conceivable to have $100,000 invested by the age of 30 for young people who earn a solid salary and save half decently. With monthly contributions of less than $1,000, these folks might become millionaires before they are 50, allowing them to retire far earlier than the conventional retirement age. You've reached the end of the video, financial buddies. To check that you've really learned something, let's do a quick recap. What was the first reason why it's hard to earn the first $100,000? Correct. It's because we don't have enough savings. What was the second reason? Yes, that's it. Because we don't have enough savings, we also don't have enough money to use for investments. The last reason, and the main reason why we're still stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. It's because we don't embrace changes. One should be willing to change to achieve great things. We only want what's best for you, so why don't you invest in us? Click the subscribe button, like and share the video, and click the notification bell so that you won't miss our latest videos. Warren Buffett particularly said that the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn. See you in the next video, financial buddies. Ciao!